In the heart of Western Uganda, in Kiruhura District, a quiet yet deeply rooted issue has been thriving for generations: child marriage. In this documentary, we embark on an investigation to uncover the hidden stories of child marriage survivors, the causes behind this practice, and the inspiring efforts to break the chains of tradition. Our investigation begins with the survivors, who have bravely escaped this harrowing fate. Sarah is the first of the survivors we met. She's now in Senior 2. A few years ago, she was forced to get married to an unknown man by her parents.
I was in P7. I was at school, but before going to school, I was at home. I had my mother telling me that I had some rumors that they are asking you to get married. And I was scared. I told her, but are they not going to take me? She said that no, you pray hard, they will not take you. I went at school. After reaching at school, like after 1 month, I had some visitors coming to see me, but I didn't know. After, I was scared. I said that who are these who are coming to see me? The people, I don't know them. They give me some bread and sugar. I left them in the staff room. I told my teachers that I'm not going to take these things because I don't know the people. I went back home. I finished my primary 7. In the vacation, they also came that they want me. After some time, my mother called father. He told him the story. He called my father. Father said that, you see, I'm not allowing this girl to get married. My grandfather refused, that they can't bring it over and you take it back. So leave the girl to get married. Father with Phoebe, they went to go at home. They talked with my grandfather. They sell some properties and they took back the dowry.
Doreen is another survivor, a student in Senior 3 at Bishop's Girls' School, Rushere. When she speaks of the horror she faced, it is similar to what Sarah went through.
When I was in P7, it was hard. When we did healing 31st, and I was coming back home and found many people that I didn't know how they were. So I asked my mom, what is happening? My mom told me that I was getting married. Why? And I didn't reply her. So I asked my dad, what is this? My dad told me that you're getting married. And the results were not out. I told her that I don't want to get married. My dad was the one who was involved in that. And the person who I was going to get married, I don't know him. My dad called me and told me that we are going to get married by force. He will not take me back to school. He will not give me anything if I refuse. The results were out. I got 10 aggregates in P7. So my mom told my dad, don't take that girl. My dad refused. So I called the aunt and I told her that they are taking me and I don't want. She told me that go and tell your dad not to continue with that process.
Sheba's story is also heartbreaking. At an early age of 12, Sheba got pregnant after being sexually abused by a family neighbor.
Nkandi wa mama wanje. So hati mama wanje na stepdad bakaba bagenzire then ari omushaija so ogwo niho yagintungiise 13 nkanshoma kandi P6 konka tukatiri omu kihumuro sitakana nankwata first day nagira nakigamba nanyita nagambira mama wanje then atukunamugambire oriya yatoroka but yatoroka nagize renda ko abantu yayirwara bashanga njine nkaza antu wanje then ko nashyiriwe nawe yambinga ati dadu wanje wenyine yakimanya then hatwe yakimanyira yija yanyihaye yantwara ngwenda yaza kugihama kuyabera ariyo naza kunyamu yenda ariyo naza kwakira sente ya bank arshire yatunga accident yabereka bankwata bangarwa mama wanje ndeka yakuzira nahikayo bagireka kunashyira ubwire nagera naza ari Kiruhura agenda banshemeza omushaija bija bamukwata bamukoma bagira ngo batata ngo bagume bazayo bamurebe kuba yangiye kuzayo then bagaruka bamurikora ati mama yagiye.
To understand the root causes of child marriage, we spoke with local church leaders, Pastor Hampton Chitibwa and Reverend David Kagumya.
We have had cases, of course, we have had cases of early marriages and even teenager pregnancies, at least for the past 3 years. It's quite lamentable that people still value their girls as a source of wealth. Some get married at the age of 14, 15, 16, 17. We have had such cases there.
So it is a challenge in our society. Girls get married when they are still young because of reasons. It's because of poverty. You find that the family is not able to take care of the children, the old children. Then at the end of the day, you find that the girls have to go and look for money. As they go and looking for money, they end up getting a boy, they pregnanted her. At the end of the day, you find that she's no longer going to school, then she goes into marriage.
Others, they want cows. For example, there is a parent I interacted with, and for him, he was like, I want to give my daughter, and I get cows.
We also sought the perspectives of the Resident District Commissioner Kiruhura and other local authorities.
The causes of early marriages and teenage pregnancies. Early marriages, to begin with, it is mainly culture. This area is predominantly cattle keeping area, predominantly. It's from cows that most families, actually almost all the families, derive their livelihood by sale of livestock and products from cows. And that means it's a culture of cattle keepers. And cattle keepers treasure much more wealth than even the girl child, than even the wives themselves.
Kandi kindi bakaba babihingira ahabwa bihima kukundente. Bakaba bakundente kandi bakaba batari mwana w'umushiki nk'ekintu ky'amaani. Omushiki bakaba bamureba nkutashikire kushoma ahabw'okuba takutaho wishe mwene katakujebembera nk'omwojo.
In Nyabushozi, we have a culture that women were taken for being a property, part of the property. If a man has his cows and whenever they have a conflict and they are fighting, he will always assure the lady that you are cow dung, You are brought here by cows.
Traditional beliefs, poverty, and drug abuse were consistently identified as the major causes of child marriage in Kiruhura.
People in our community have started taking marijuana in a great quantity. So at the end of the day, they keep just looking for any child they meet along the way.
The common cases here are, of course, trafficking. That is within the sexual offense. Trafficking in person, where they come, they organize themselves, they come as an organized group, they carry a woman or a girl, they take for marriage.
But amidst these challenges, there were heroes working tirelessly to rescue survivors.
We are doing sensitization through moving to the villages, even on radios, Radio Kiruhura. At Chirushere, we have programs always on Wednesdays for those such sensitization.
So, but I'm happy there are initiatives and interventions going on day by day, trying to address this challenge. And the other beauty is that we have very, very good examples, more role models in Kiruhura, girls who are successful. We have women of substance working in this government, born in Kiruhura, and those ones working in Kiruhura and are born here, who now work as role models. But the problem is there. We must take off time to make sure that we fight this vice.
I think one of the things that we see that will drive some of this change in a bigger scale is to be able to work with different stakeholders to ensure that girls keep in school. Of course, we are aware of other challenges that are in school, inadequate probably teachers and scholastic materials and the cost to education, the distance and so forth. But still education remains one single piece that can guarantee us to address issues of child marriage. So we need as stakeholders and parents and government to work into addressing some of those issues. And one of the things also we're looking at is have a very huge campaign to ensure that at least millions of girls really return and remain in school.
The Kiruhura Women in Development Organization is leading the way. Phoebe Tumwebaze, the executive director of the organization, has been at the forefront of fighting and rescuing girls from early marriages.
There are very, very, very few girls that have had their pregnancies intentionally, with intent. Some have been raped, others defiled, others are impregnated by relatives, others are disabled, so someone is impregnated not knowing what it means. We do counsel them. Upon the situation as it is, we do referral, because there are those cases that are beyond us. So we do refer to where they can get better help, where we can. For example, we don't have safe houses here, safe shelter. Is when a young mother is abandoned and the baby as well. And we don't have where to put them, both of them. So through our networks, we do consult our friends and get the safe shelter for them.
We try to find out from her where she draws inspiration of her activism.
What inspires me to do this work? I am a product of vulnerability, because I was an orphan. I am still. I know what it means to have nothing, and I know the results that could come out of that.
The efforts of Kiruhura Women in Development have caught the attention of national organizations like Joy For Children Uganda and Girl First Fund, which are actively involved in the fight to end child marriages.
We are a national organization working to ensure that the rights of children are protected. We're also interested to know that children grow, attain education, participate in issues that affect them, but also they are able to fulfill their potential. Children have talents, children have gifts. These gifts must be able to come out. One of the things that we do at Joy for Children is support the government efforts to address child marriage. We have a network called Girls Not Brides of more than 130 organizations that work collectively both at the national and grassroots level to raise awareness about issues of child marriage, but also to be able to support the already married girls. We also support the government to the policy formulation, the national strategy to end child marriage, which we supported heavily, both technically and also financially. We also supported the child policy, but also we sit on very critical government organs that care about children. For example, the National Steering Committee on Elimination of Child Labor, which is steered by Ministry of Gender, but also we are part of the interministerial committee on the child well-being, which is in charge of all issues concerning children in this country.
With organizations supported by GFF, Joy for Children Uganda primarily targets beneficiaries working at community, regional and national level, among other actors.
At grassroots level, we do some work into changing communities' mindset, addressing perceptions, addressing cultural norms and attitudes, but also supporting other actors, other NGOs and government and local government to ensure that they have necessary information, they have necessary skills and resources to be able to address issues of children.
According to a 2020 report by UNICEF, Uganda is home to 5 million child brides. Of these, 1.3 million married before age 15. The report further suggests that 8.9 million girls aged 10 to 19, especially those that live in the rural areas and among the less educated and low-income households, are at risk of harmful practices, including child marriage and female genital mutilation.
The church take the lead, the LCs take the lead, the security take the lead, the community development officers take the lead, the teachers.
We believe with sensitization. With sensitization, meetings, dialogues, it will also slowly be neutralized. That is my thinking.
But also, we also need to have awareness raised in the entire country to ensure that people understand the negative effects of child marriage, so that parents as well as children can make informed choices about their actions and fully knowing of the negative consequences that will come out of that. So that it also needs to be so much strengthened. But also we want to urge the police, the judiciary and the law and justice order system to ensure that perpetrators of violence are prosecuted.
In Kiruhura, the battle against child marriage continues, but there is hope. The survivors, Sarah, Doreen and Shiba, supported by organizations like Kiruhura Women in Development, JFCU and GFF, are writing new stories for themselves and the generation to come.